Hi there and welcome to Kitty Kasa World Headquarters. Today we're going to show you how to assemble your Kitty Kasa Gym module. The first thing you want to do is find a good work surface. Flat, stable, and smooth. You need to be able to put some pressure on it. Take your Kitty Kasa out of its packaging. There will be 6 panels. Find the bottom panel. That's the one with the legs sticking out from the bottom, and place it in front of you. The next step is to find either of the 2 side panels. They're identical, so it doesn't matter which one you start with. You want to take the side panel and align it with the slots on the bottom panel. Make sure that you get all 3 of the projections seated firmly into the slots. And you're going to turn it around, do the same thing with the second side panel. Again, make sure that they're seated firmly in there. One thing you'll notice about the Kitty Kasa Gym, especially if you've assembled any of our other models like the bedroom, is that because of all the open space, it tends to flex a little more. So slow and steady wins the race with the Kitty Kasa Gym. Make sure you've got everything seated correctly. For the top panel, that's the one with the recessed holes, you're going to do the exact same thing. Simply line it up with the correct slots. Gentle pressure downward. Okay, give everything a little squeeze. Now this is maybe the most important part of Kitty Kasa assembly. You don't want to try to put the front and back panels on while the Kasa is sitting upright. It's much easier to lay the Kasa down in front of you on your work surface. Make sure that the legs of the base unit are pointing towards you. The reason for that is that these panels actually have an up and a down. The front and the back panels have an up and a down. The way to tell which direction your panel should go is to look on the inside rim. You can start with either panel, by the way. They're identical, so just pick one. And look until you find the word up with the up arrow next to it. Then take the front panel and make sure that up arrow is pointing away from you. Align the corners and then simply pick a corner and start snapping the projections into the slots. Now, as I said before, you're going to want to have a gentle hand with the Kitty Kasa Gym because it does tend to flex a little more. So work your way around the edges, snapping in the seams. Once you think you've got them all, give it a visual before you pick it up. And if they're tight, you're going to want to pick your Kasa up and flip it over, lay it flush on that front panel that you just installed. Tighten up those side panels. Take your second panel, this would be the back panel, and do the same thing. First you want to find the up indicator. There we go. Arrow pointing that way. Arrow pointing that way. Align it to a corner. And just start snapping it in. Everything should snap together with a click. And once that's done, give everything a look. Set your Kasa upright. Now the last thing to do is insert the scratch post. The scratch post is identical on both ends. It doesn't matter which is on the top or which is on the bottom. In order to install it, you're going to want to simply move it through your Kitty Kasa Gym, and you're going to want to nest the bottom of it into that receptacle there on the bottom panel. Make sure it's sitting in there fairly firmly, and then with slight downward pressure, rotate the top module, the top part of the post, into the nest on the top panel. You'll hear it click. Give it a wiggle to make sure it's in there, and then you have a fully assembled Kitty Kasa Gym module.